Hey everybody, you're back! And I know you'd be back because you want to fix up these green beans amondine. You're probably as excited as I am. Well, let's get started here. What I got, I've already got my water boiling on the stove, so I'm going to put my green beans in there. They've all been cut up. They've had a nice little bath, so they're nice and clean. And I've got the steamer right in the pan, so I'm going to put the beans right in there. And also to get the timer started for about 10 minutes. Because what will happen here is we want to make sure that we don't overcook our beans. All right, so it's going to be all about, making sure that we have the beans right to the right consistency. Not too hard, not too soft. You'll know it when it happens, okay? So I'm going to turn my heat down a little because we don't need it to boil it that crazy. Make sure that you have enough water in the bottom of the pan so you don't boil it dry while you're steaming your beans. All right, so get going with that. Now you can see on my cutting board here that I've been chopping my almonds. You can just take your almond, take your big knife and just halfway through it. That's it, the long way. And just cut up your almonds into pieces like this. Okay, so not much more required. And then I've got my frying pan here on the stove here, and I've got a couple of tablespoons of extra virgin coconut oil in here. And I'm going to get that going in a few minutes as soon as I'm done chopping, because I've got time while the beans cook to do this. Now, the garlic and the almonds will not take very long to cook and we have to be very careful too that we don't burn them. So when you get your pan going, keep the oil down low, keep the heat down low, and watch out that everything's not browning too fast. We don't want it burned. We want it maybe lightly browned, but not burnt. So be very careful about your timing and making sure that you're stirring it while it's cooking and that we don't burn anything. So, what else we need to do? Oh, you may have noticed that when you were going through your beans, that maybe you found some beans that were just a little bit smaller than the other ones. Well, I put them aside. So after about maybe 5 minutes, I'll pop them in with the other ones so that they can keep cooking also too, because the larger ones will take longer to cook. The skinnier ones will take less time to cook. And I would love them all cooked the same way. Does that make sense? I hope so. All right, so what else do we need to do right now? Get this garlic chopped up. Okay, so I've got, about 4 cloves of garlic per pound of beans. I've got half a cup of almonds per pound of beans, 1 pound of beans. And I'm not going to cut up my garlic too much. I mean, not mince it. I don't want to mince it. I just want it chopped in nice little pieces, because if we mince it, it's just going to cook too fast. You're not going to get the same effect that you really want. We really want some chunks of garlic in our pan and on top of our beans. So get ready. Get your beans in there cooking. Just watch the time. Be careful that you're not overcooking your beans. Take out a bean, give it a testing after, 10 minutes. If it needs, and then go for another minute more if it's not done the way you like. And then another minute after that. Just keep on testing them every minute. And when it's done, take the whole darn pan and dump it into the sink, into your colander. Okay? Because otherwise, if you start messing with your steamer, you might lose your beans all over the place, all right? So I like to just dump the whole pan back into my colander and save the beans and pull everything else out, of course. And then just put your beans aside to keep them warm with a lid on them until we're done our garlic and almonds cooking. And then we'll be putting this all together. Okay, so any questions? Make sure you pop them in the comments below. It's always great to hear from you. I can't wait to get these beans are done, and I bet you can't too. So get cooking, get steaming, get chopping, and I'll see you in the next video. Can't wait for my mom to eat my beans. Yay! Bye for now. Love you.